this morning just so inspired by this topic and feeling and seeing the shifting in me around the ancestral and genetic pieces recently, and how it feels like this virus is really bringing that up in people. And it just feels like such a beautiful opportunity for us to really clear that out and melt it away so that we can show up and be present to what is now and not be, a victim to or be run by traumas in the genetic lineage that aren't really required for us to be processing anymore. One thing that I remember in some of the channelings, but one in particular was so potent to hear, and I just remember getting chills throughout my whole body, of Kuan Yin really asking us to step in and let these, genetic pieces and traumas go, and these past life karmic pieces go, so that we can actually show up for this moment, because the earth needs us and people need us and we need us. And it was just so profound to feel that, like really inviting us to let it melt away, to dissolve, to not get so loud that we get overtaken or overcome by these pieces anymore, and to really step into a whole new way of being, where we're able to really tap in, tune in, and be with our own divine essence and the divinity that is, a direct channel into our embodiment here. So as I was sitting with this topic this morning and feeling into the meditation, it was just so clear that that's what felt like we could really do today together, is allow and invite some of this to melt away. It felt like just such a beautiful opportunity to take a moment and to do some healing, to do some repatterning in this meditation. So that's what I offer today. And so I just invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, and just settle into your breath and your body. And inviting Kuan Yin's beautiful energy that's already here to just come in and swirl around us all, igniting the pathways for healing as we go inward. Just taking a few breaths, scanning your body, feeling where there may be tension or pain or just a little stuck energy, and breathing into those places, allowing them to soften and dissolve. And feeling your body, the weight on the earth beneath you. Feeling how gravity holds you here on earth. And with each breath, inviting a melting, a dissolving in the body, as if a river or a waterfall was just flushing through you, inspiring your cells to release, to melt, to dissolve anything that is no longer required or generative for you to hold on to. Feeling and allowing this beautiful clearing to occur. As it washes away whatever is just most present and or loud for you right now, so that we really can create more space for us to go a little deeper. So commanding our bodies and beings to release anything and everything that really isn't ours. Gifting it with this beautiful melting and dissolving, evaporating, gifting it back to the light of consciousness. Activate change and generate healing immediately. I invite you now to tune into where in your body are all the genetic structures, tuning in especially to the RNA and the DNA, the information that is stored deep in the cells and particles and genetics, the genetic structures of your body. These genetic structures holding the ancestral coding, the traumas, the dramas, the emotional and the physical and the mental, the spiritual, the energetic pieces that were gifted down to you. Just feeling into that. What comes up for you? What lights up in the body as we bring our attention to the genetics? Does it feel like it gets really loud? Does it feel soft and soothing? Maybe there's a place in the body that all of a sudden feels like, ooh, that's tense, or wow, that's interesting. I have a knot in my stomach, or whatever comes in, just noticing what happens when you bring your awareness and your intention to the genetic structures of your form, of your body, of your embodiment, and of your existence. And as you notice, we're offering the pathways to allow for whatever is no longer needed in the cells and particles, the genetic structuring, whatever is no longer needed, the dramas, the traumas, and even the information that may at one point have helped you that just isn't needed, that's just cluttering the space. We're inviting, we're invoking, we're igniting the pathways for you to allow these things, these pieces, these parts to dissolve, to melt, to evaporate. Freeing you and your body, your experience, your embodiment. So that you may be more embodied and present here. In communion with your body, being, soul, and spirit, and God, divine source, on earth. What does it take to do it differently? What does it take to honor our ancestors and yet step into a whole new way of being? We're in a time on earth where we're being asked to do it differently. We're being asked to step in, to change it up. What is it that you're ready to let go of? What is it that you may not have even realized was actually in your genetic encoding and not actually you, but your genetic structure is being super, super loud? We offer the melt, the dissolve, the flushing and the washing away, allowing the earth to mulch, shift, transform, and transmute all that energy so that you are liberated to be the most exalted, embodied, connected, aligned version of yourself that you can be. What becomes possible for you in this time, right here and now? When we close circuits, when we ask for those vibrations, reverberations from the ancestors to calm down a little, what becomes possible? What fears melt away? What blocks, traumas, dramas melt away? What emotions get to flow into the earth, no longer controlling or manipulating you into being anything but what you are as a divine, infinite being? Feeling into what that feels like in the body when the space is created, when the possibility of something new awakens, even if just in one cell. Feel into that one cell. What is possible now that may not have been possible before? Activate change and generate healing immediately.